I'm ready. Bring City Council special session to order on Wednesday, October 11th at a later proposed time at 7:35 p.m. May I get a roll call, please?
Over here.
Potter here,
Askey here.
and Councilor Hedin is excused absent. I'm going to skip the flex for this evening. My apologies for that because that's very important to me. We have an opportunity for public comment. The only thing you can public comment on is water rate study and water information. And we will limit to 3 minutes because we feel like we've heard it all, but I'm sure there's a motion needs to be shared. So at this time, we'll open it up for public comment. We do have a 3-minute timeline. It has to be related to water.
There's no. Oh, I do. Of course I do.
I didn't sign it.
Check the, yes. It was for the work session anyway.
Oh.
Sherry Wilson, go ahead.
Sherry Wilson's, Danny's name. I just wanted to add my opinion to it, but I understand that it's a big jump, what we're proposing to, change the water bill, monthly billing to. But again, people need to realize, I do think you need to send out a letter saying that we haven't done anything for 25 years, and it's a hardship for a lot of people to take this on, but everything has gone up. And I'd rather have to pay a little more on my water and know I have water than to have something break down and we don't have the money to fix it. And we need to be progressing, we need to be proactive. We've been reactive a few times, and that doesn't get us anywhere except for arguing that stuff. So, I'm not excited about spending another $50 a month for my water bill, but that's way better than not having water and making sure your water's clean.
Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Sherry. We did have like the best purity water.
Just got your filter.
This is
Part of that, really, it's tough, but
paying for good water. Okay, Mr. Sloan?
All small ones, I did try with so it seems like an awful lot. Seems like an awful lot of money to increase the base rate that much and to increase the cost of what it is. When you're increasing the cost of the water, basically, $470 now per 1,000, 15, something like that. Doing that percentage. So I understand we're short of money, but it's hard to, and I don't understand the process. So I guess I'll have to rely on what you say, and if you're willing to pay, it's not like I'm not willing to pay money. But I would like to see it reevaluated at the end of the year to see where your collection is and whether you need to maintain that. And I'd also like to see the district treated the same way as everybody else. Have the same allowances per user, have the same water rate per user. I don't see any reason to treat them differently, charging more money for the water. So that's
Thank you, sir. Ms. Nuss?
Yes.
And Ms. Rhodes.
Just repeat this. Go.
Commissioner
Kathy Phillips, 19625 Northeast off the road. So as we discussed in the work session, I get the $107, that would be more, that would be acceptable at with the 4,000 gallons. The $15 per gallon number is, I think, way too much. You need to get down to the 11.50 or something a little bit less. Because with the $107 for all the users, you are hitting your, almost your budget number. All right, but this, that, so all the overages money is overages money. And then what happens when it comes to, are you adjusting anything? Or what would you do with that? As far as, because you're gonna have more users. It's regular budget numbers.
Ms. Mitchell?
Check the show something. Like a show of hands of everybody in this room who is qualified to perform a rate study for each utility.
Well, that's how we get somebody, we hire somebody to do it.
I did ask, it said a show of hands, if anybody in here qualified to do any kind of a water, sewer, any kind of a utility rate study. Okay, I don't know, I haven't been here, I haven't seen, but I haven't seen any documentations from any professional engineering firm or any kind of a company that has performed a water rate study. Do we have that?
Yeah.
I haven't,
Right, it's online.
okay, I haven't seen that.
6 pages of it.
Okay. And then they itemized everything over the course of 20 years and as a whole. Okay. I just see us doing a bunch of math here. And I think it's very important that the people who have done the water rate study should be here explaining how the rate study works, where we should be increasing, decreasing, how to calculate. I think those people should be here to advise the council instead of, locals.
We were.
trying to do the math.
already had that meeting.
Okay,
And a public hearing.
so I'm late to the game here. He's like freaking out here. I just think the water's high now. The price of water's high. If we keep going up, I think you're gonna see more and more people trying to sell just to move out. I get we have some issues and, rates haven't increased over the last 20 years, right, like they should have been, for the debt service and all the different things. Before you throw those numbers out and put our water bill over $100 a month, I think everybody should really think twice and, about that, because there's gonna be some hell to pay, I think, with people within our community. We missed a great opportunity over here with this new subdivision, throw some high density housing in, and we missed that. We're out of property to build more houses on within this community. And so there's no more growth coming. And without growth, we can't spread the load over or with water. So those bills are going to continue to go up with the small little area that we have. I'd like to see all the water districts become one water district, a special water district, and maybe get it out of the city's hands and a special district, special water district. See, we're all up and down the coast of Oregon. Those people, that district would have a better opportunity for grant funding, far better than the city here has to try to get money. So if you put all, what do we have?
We talked about that.
Yeah,
We
nine,
have to
what do we have, 9 districts and 9 water districts?
Yeah.
And-
Ms. Mitchell, you are out of time.
Okay.
She's gonna tell you what.
I would.
I know.
No, we talked about that on our last meeting, whether you like it or not.
Is there any additional public comment in the house? If you would like public comment, please raise your hand. If you're online, your virtual hand, or unmute yourself and go ahead and speak.
They can't.
Seeing no hands raised online, we will close public comment. Citizens water rate setting. This is our opportunity to make a decision. We have been talking about this and processing this and meeting about this for 3 months now. And we keep putting it off because nobody wants to make a hard decision. Nobody wants to make that decision that's necessary to see the city move forward, to be functioning at the rate that it should be. And it's just difficult. And we were here too, we have to pay these rates too. And I don't want to put it off any longer, because we're just punishing.
I agree, and I don't want to cause any undue hardship, but New York projects to maintain the systems of our city, construction projects.
Yeah, so I appreciated the public comments mostly, and, what we're kind of looking at, with the, we can discuss details in a minute. The 10790, that seems to me like that's a huge jump. It's completely necessary. It's the terrible part. I mean, it would be great if it was just some sort of, try to fund some special project that the city wanted as opposed to things that we actually need. And I still can't help but look at the extraordinary use of a handbook. And then referring back to, what are we on here? Page 33 of the table, it's table 11 of the water study. And it had a 3-tiered system for business, inside and outside rates. But what I was looking at is, the numbers very close to what Kathy was speaking of. That 15 seemed a little bit high, but almost maybe looking at for the overages at the 1182 number. Maybe that could be something like 4,000 to 6,000 gallons, anything over 4 but less than 6. And then above 6,000, then maybe you move it to the 15, and that actually would kind of protect the people that are just trying to take care of their property and water their pets and this sort of thing. And then the people that have extraordinary use can pay extraordinary price. I don't know.
So you're saying the per 1,000 gallons at 471?
You say up the base rate to 6,000.
Okay.
No, I'm saying leave the base rate at 4,000, but then have a 2-tiered overage. So everything over 4,000 to 6,000 would be one rate. And then have that rate jump significantly at 6,000 gallons to the 1.5 number.
Okay, so base rate, 4,000.
Yeah. I just think that separates somebody that has a vegetable garden from a guy that has watering his fields. You know what I mean?
10,000 if you're gonna do vegetable gardens, I'm pretty sure it's more than that, right? Just with looking at what happens to our water bills out there in the district, what they use in the winter time versus in the summertime. A lot of them are up to closer to 10,000 with their gardens.
There's truth in that, just,
And I mean, I'm not sold on that 6,000 number, that was I'm just trying to throw out a proposal. I mean, I kind of agreed a lot with what she had to say with that, going up so high and so fast for those people that are in an over situation that they may not be able to avoid.
So what do you think of the cost at tier 1? If the cost is 1.5 or 15 at tier 2, what do you think of the cost of tier 1? Not the base rate of tier 1.
I mean, I don't know. I appreciate Kathy's input on this, but
Wasn't it 1150 in his, one of his tier?
So he's got it in at 1182, and so inside, looks like inside use was 1140 and outside was 1180. And again, the other gentleman said, I'm not entirely sure if it matters. At that point, you're just flowing water. I mean, split the difference of 1.5, you know.
I'm sorry, I have all these figures, but I'm tired. Base rate is what per gallon?
Well, what do you per gallon, the base rate's $107, $107.90, right?
Not per cost, so per gallon.
Per gallon
107.009.
is .009.
That's our base rate currently.
No, 4.7, 0.00471 is current.
Okay, and we're gonna increase to 0.0009.
009 is shy of a penny.
So 1.25 for 6,000?
I'm with Catherine on that, I think we need to increase it to 10. I know that,
Base.
at my residence, with 2 people in the household, we use under 4 during the winter, but during the summer, just watering our grass alone takes us over 6,000.
So you want 10 here instead of,
I was like, 10.
okay.
10,000
$10,000.
for the
Second.
end of the end of the first tier.
The end of the second tier. The first tier is 4.
Oh, I see, you're using the base rate, the first 4,000 as one, yeah, okay. And then 4,001 to 10,000.
Tiers are built for conservation.
It is. Tier 3 would be 2,000. And that's where we should. Tier 1 is 1.5, tier 2 is
Was it 1.5 for tier 3?
tier 3 is,
We haven't set anything for tier 2.
and tier 1 is a 0079.
9. 0.
What is 009?
079. Tier 1 is,
So
Base,
you
that's
want,
part of the base rate, Jerry, that's the base rate.
okay.
That has the extras.
this is the overages.
Now we're talking about overage.
So tier 3 goes to 1.5.
That cost us how much to make it, James?
1.7.
The cost is 1.7 to make a gallon. Oh, that's the cost.
Cost 1.7 cents.
But you're getting part of that 1.7 cents out of your base rate.
You are,
So then what is the cost at tier 1? I realize it's 10,000 gallons, or
we did that, it's $68, which is included in the ops maintenance CIP and base.
yeah, but what I'm
The 6 to 10 is tier 2.
9, 15, what's the cost here? When you get to this, what do they change? I was thinking 1.25.
1.25.
Yeah, percent down, and there's 1.5. I thought, well, 10 is what they, or 6 to 10.
It's 401 to 10. 2001,
Okay.
to 10.
That's in their tier study in the study thing, if they put tier 1 at 950, a tier 2 at 1140, and a tier 3 at 1368 in their proposed tier structure.
And 1568?
1368.
But they were also missing those numbers.
Yeah, they were missing some
Yeah.
numbers.
Which is unfortunate because that study looks pretty good right now. Wouldn't it be great if we could just
I would
pass
like
that
that.
now? We're-
right, so what's that make the new amount? The tier one amount is
So tier one water would
per
be
thousand.
0.009, and that's your base rate, but that comes out to 107.90, right? And then we're just talking about overages. So 4,001, you're at the beginning of an overage, and that runs through 10,000. And Kay had just used the number 1.2.
I think we should start making it scarier. People start concerning.
Even if tier two?
Big
No,
jump.
I agree.
10,000 is a big jump.
And then it goes up
I got my
another
attention.
quarter point to 1.5 at 10,001 gallons and all that. And again, I mean, the only reason I even contemplate that is simply because for just your average family, like you said, that could be filling up the kids' swimming pool, or that could be having a little vegetable garden. And I mean, it doesn't seem like much, but I mean, I don't know how you can possibly offer anybody any savings right now because we're in a bad spot.
We don't want to hammer on me.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, if we can whittle it down, and I also suggest highly that we, as council, look at it again in 2 months and say, where are we, and can we bump that down $1?
We don't know in 2 months.
But I think we should revisit
By the
it.
end of this fiscal year, definitely should revisit.
And often from then on.
Yeah.
Your income will be less during the winter because you're
Yeah,
using.
there's not
It
gonna
would
be.
be, yeah, that's right too. It just
State funds are
bothers me
gonna
to
be-
hammer somebody that hard without.
For the most part.
They won't feel the hammer until winter, summer comes.
It's true.
Some.
All right. Tier one, 107.90. Tier two is 107.90 plus
1.25.
1.25 per
Per thousand,
Per thousand.
from 4,001 to 10,000.
Okay, and tier three after 10,000 is.
10,001 up at 1.5,
Yeah.
which is
That's per
very
gallon.
similar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we don't charge by the gallon for in the city
It's
though.
per 1,000
It's
gallons.
1,000.
That's what we pay, the same thing, so we
Okay.
put per 1,000 gallon number on that.
without.
Per thousand gallons.
15, 12, 15.
Was that right?
Kathy, how does that impact your people?
So what are the rates again? So we're paying $6.22 per thousand right now. So with what's the second tier?
1.25.
So it's $11.25 per thousand?
No, 12. Oh, 12.50.
So you're doing a double, that's doubling, for that 10,000 gallons.
Me too. You see, I'm stubborn. Me too.
I'm just, so I'm trying to figure out from my mind, go home and do the math down on the computer, but how that second tier is gonna work in your districts, not so much your larger, because the school's one meter, correct? And one user, so the districts have different amount of users, so you're gonna take the base rate, but then you're gonna give them the 4,000, and then the 4 to 10 is a different number. And so then, because how we're gonna deal with it in the district, because you're gonna take our total gallon number. We're gonna get 4,000 gallons as part of the thing, and then you're gonna have to take 33 times
Okay.
something.
It's gonna be $75 for the next 6,000 gallons up to.
Yeah.
Even 4,000 per user, or you even?
No, 4,000 per user.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be fair, you have to do 4 per user.
So you have to write that in.
Yeah. Because right now it's not, if you do that per user number, for Kim, for the billing purposes, she's just gonna take our total numbers from the meter reading, correct? And we're gonna have an allotment of 4,000 times 33. And then the next tier will be that 4,001 to 10. So then the districts will have to figure out how they're gonna build that into their system.
I would say for the districts, Kathy, by year 2, you guys should come to the city with an IGA so that we can take your guys' tax money.
What's an IGA?
It's an intergovernmental agreement. We can take over your guys' water as long as your guys' tax revenue comes to the city.
Tax revenue, the user.
But we don't,
It would be tax revenue, because we could actually do that legally.
because right now, property taxes does not go into the city.
But it
Water.
would if we started taking over your water district.
You'd have to become a district.
We could do
So-
it legally. I just think that's the future plan.
That is the next step of the council, is to address all of the district contracts and update them and renew them. So all of those discussions will take place individually with each, it will take place with the whole, all the districts, and then with each district individually, a new contract agreement will be drawn up. And these additional ideas will be brought to the table for discussion at that time. So we'll-
Yeah. I'm just wondering on the building side of things, how it's all gonna work, so.
Well, for now, we
Yeah,
can only do one thing at a time.
yeah, no, I'm not talking about the district thing, that's not what I was talking about, I just, in my mind, trying to figure out how.
Every district will have that issue, unless one person trying to handle
The different usages.
finances.
No, do we understand, the city has to do the same thing, and it's complicated and it gets messy. We completely understand that. It's hard. Okay. Council. What are we running? Counselor Askey,
Yep.
this is your last opportunity before we round up a decision of some kind.
No, I mean, I agree with the second tier or third tier that was added. I think that is a good idea. I was gonna recommend like the re-review thing, so I think we should like set a time or a date like from the beginning on when that will happen, just so people know that it is coming down the road and we will be watching it.
Okay. I'm gonna suggest June of 2024, the last month of the fiscal year, to review water rates. Does that work for you, Counselor Askey?
Yeah.
All right, Counselor Corrigan,
Yeah.
this is your opportunity.
I think I gave it my best shot with that second tier.
Okay. All right. I am in agreement and will support that in a vote as well. So if there's no other questions, then we can move towards a motion.
All right, let me see if I can do this. I make a motion to approve water rate, oh my gosh, so far so bad. I make a motion to, increase water rates based on the following. Of a base rate of 4,000 gallons at a cost of $107.90, that's the base rate. 4,000 to 10,000 gallons at 10,000, no, yes. 10,000, right?
4,001 to 10,000.
4,001 to 10,000. At 10,000, you would be on tier 2, which is still a base rate of $107.90, with additional 1.25 cost for water per thousand. After that, 10,001 and up, you would move to tier 3, which is again at the base rate of $107.90 and $1.5 per thousand.
But it's 50, it's not per thousand, that's,
Per gallon.
That'd be per gallon, that'd be per gallon, right, Jeff, Brian? That'd be per gallon number she's saying?
1.5 per.
Per gallon?
Yeah, 1.5 cents per gallon,
Okay.
or
Okay.
$15
Per
per
thousand.
For 15 per thousand.
Okay, $15 per thousand. Thank you, Kathy. That clears mud?
With review, June 20.
Oh, yes, with review June 20th, 24.
Mayor, do you want to include in that it's equal across all users?
Yes, that is equal across all users, all commercial, water districts, and city users.
Take it back in June?
No, we're gonna look at it in June.
Then we're already
Okay, so you're not raising the rate,
We are raising the
starting,
Take effective.
30 days from today by the contracts for outside water users.
30 days from today. Yeah, you have that clause.
I would, to pick a month, don't do it in the middle of a month. Do it
November.
November.
like.
First of November.
January?
You've never given us 30 days notice on any of the raises, so I'm not sure why you'd worry about that.
Because I just read the contract.
Well, I already read it, but when you did the 10%, I was like,
I'm
ooh,
due,
kid, no,
Let's do first of December.
1st of December.
First of December.
To work with.
that'll give the water districts a chance to get their groups together and figure out how they're gonna deal with it also.
All right. Effective the first of December 2023.
Merry Christmas, right?
Right, there's never a good time for any of this. Can I get a
That's
second?
why I was saying January.
Corrigan second.
Corrigan, second.
May I get a vote, please?
Corrigan, aye.
Sorry,
Carter, aye.
Askey, aye.
Thank you, Councilor Askey. Before we close, I do want to remind everybody that the city charter has on chapter 3.28.090, a delinquent notice, turn-off notice, and service notice for delinquent charges that are unpaid for water bills. That work is going, it's been being enforced, but it's going to become a hot topic. And we will be enforcing for any delinquent water bills, and we will pursuing the city charter and chapters so that this is handled appropriately. So just a heads up, pay your bill.
Take a motion.
I would like a motion.
I make a motion, we adjourn.
We are adjourned.